Ken Blackwood was a man born into wealth, charm, and effortless power. His deep-set hazel eyes, tousled dark hair, and commanding presence made him the talk of the city, and soon he was to marry Naomi Sinclair, a woman whose beauty was like something painted in a Renaissance masterpiece. Naomi, with her flowing golden hair and piercing blue gaze, moved through life like she owned the very air people breathed. Everyone believed they were the perfect match, the prince and princess of high society, destined to rule the glittering world together. In the shadows of the Blackwood estate, Luna worked. She was a maid, a servant barely acknowledged by the opulent world spinning around her. But there was something about Luna that even the finest silk dresses and grand chandeliers could not outshine. Her skin glowed a rich, warm brown under the sunlight. Her curvy figure moved with grace that even the most polished ladies envied, and her eyes, deep and soulful, held a quiet strength. Around her neck, always, was a simple silver cross, the only relic of her late mother, a woman who had once given everything to protect a boy named Ken. The day before Ken and Naomi's wedding, the estate was a hive of glitter and chaos. Ken, restless and uneasy, found himself wandering to the grand halls, his mind clouded with doubts he could not name. It was there, near the old library, that he saw her, Luna, perched on her toes, reaching high for a book a guest had left behind. Her neckline shifted slightly with the movement, revealing the small silver cross resting against her skin. Something stirred in Ken, something ancient and aching. His eyes locked on the cross, not with desire, but with a kind of reverence, as if it pulled a long-lost memory from the depths of his soul. At that very moment, Naomi entered. She caught the glance, not the meaning behind it, not the softness in Ken's eyes, but only the raw image of her fiancé staring at another woman. Her heels struck the marble floor like gunshots. As she crossed the room, her hand snatching a glass of cold water from a passing tray. Without a word, she threw it into Luna's face. The room gasped as Luna stood frozen, her hair dripping, her cheeks burning with humiliation. Naomi's voice cut through the silence, sharp and cruel. You think flashing yourself at him will change who you are? You're nothing but a servant. Ken moved before he even thought. In one swift motion, he was at Luna's side, grabbing a cloth, helping her dry her face, his hands gentle, his eyes furious. He turned on Naomi, his voice cold enough to freeze the air. Enough, he said. Naomi recoiled as if struck. If you had half the heart she does, maybe I wouldn't be having second thoughts. The guests, the staff, the entire house seemed to lean in, hanging on every word. That night, while the world outside still buzzed with scandal, Ken sought out Luna. He found her in the quiet servants' quarters, packing her few belongings, her hands trembling. When he asked her to stay, she shook her head, tears slipping silently down her cheeks. You don't understand, she whispered. My mother, she worked for your family. She saved your life once. When you were just a boy, you fell into the river behind the estate. She pulled you out. She was the one who gave you life again. Ken stared at her, stunned. Flashes of cold water, desperate arms, a woman's singing voice soothing him. Memories buried deep roared back into life. His mother had told him once about the maid who had saved him, but he had been too young to remember her face. And now here stood her daughter, with the same courage, the same grace. He realized then that Luna was not an intruder in his life. She was part of it. She had always been part of it. The next morning, Naomi tried to salvage her pride. She spread lies, accusing Luna of seduction, of theft, of betrayal. But the truth was too strong, too pure. Ken canceled the wedding in front of everyone. Naomi's shriek of rage echoed to the great hall as Ken walked away, his heart finally clear. But Luna was gone. She had left in the early dawn, believing that no matter what Ken said, a man like him could never truly choose a woman like her. She made her way to the train station, the world a blur around her. When Ken found out, he didn't hesitate. He tore through the city in his car, racing against time. The rain came down in sheets, blurring the road, soaking him to the bone. He burst on the platform just as Luna stepped forward, her hand clutching her small suitcase, her face turned away from him. "Luna!" he shouted, his voice raw, desperate. She turned slowly, and when she saw him, soaked, breathless, Utterly ruined without her, she broke. "You deserve someone better," she said, her voice trembling. He laughed, a broken, beautiful sound. "You're wrong," he said, stepping closer. "You're everything I was too blind to see. You're the reason I'm alive. You're my home." And then he kissed her, right there under the pounding rain, in front of 100 stunned onlookers. It wasn't the kiss of a prince claiming a prize. It was the kiss of a man finding his soul. Months later, Ken and Luna married not in a marble cathedral, but under the old oak tree by the river where their fates had first intertwined. Luna wore a simple white dress, her silver cross shining against her skin. Ken wore no crown, no grand armor, only a simple suit and a smile that held the whole world inside it. They said their vows barefoot in the grass, hand in hand, heart to heart, while the world watched from afar, realizing too late that true love doesn't care about gold or bloodlines. It blooms wherever it finds kindness, courage, and a heart brave enough to see it. And in the arms of her once-forgotten prince, Luna finally found the life her mother had once dreamed for her, a life built not on wealth but on love.